So the last set of problems that you're going to look at, instead of saying expand, it's going to say condense. So by condense, it's going to say something like write as a single logarithm with an exponent of 1. So all those exponents, that we've been pulling out, we're now going to tuck them back up into the logarithm. And basically everything that we've been doing, we're going to undo. So if what we're doing kind of looks confusing at first, it's like, didn't we just do the opposite of that? Yes, we did just do the opposite of that. So now we're going from one way. First we went one direction, now we're basically going the other direction. So we're going to look at several of these problems. So we've got something like log base 4 of 2 plus log base 4 of 32. So now we're going to condense this. Now I kind of gave you a little bit of a heads up about this earlier in the lecture when we were dealing with the quotient rule, but now you've really got to do it. So which one are we going to use here? We're going to use the product rule, right? So log base 4 of 2 plus log base 4 of 32 is the same thing as log base 4 of 2 times 32. Okay, so basically we're taking this guy and applying him going this direction. We're applying him backwards. That's not what I meant. There we go. So log base 4 of 64. So 4 to the what is 64? You might not have this one memorized, but 4 to the what is 64? Maybe if you mess with it, you'll get 3. 4 to the 3 is 64. So again, you're able to now solve problems that maybe were a little bit out of your reach before. So let's try a couple more. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these down and I'm going to write them all out. And what you should do, if you're so inclined, is actually go and try to solve each one of these and then come back and check and see if you're doing them right. Okay? So I'm going to kind of give a little bit of space between these. Say I've got 4 log base b of x minus 2 log base b of 6 minus 1/2 log base b of y. And then I'm going to try another one. I'm going to try, that's a good one, how about log of x plus log of x. And then I'll try another one. I'll try, what's a good one? How about log of x plus 5 log of y? And then I'll try something like log of y over log of 5 plus 3 log base 5 of y. So we'll try that and see what happens there. Okay. So hopefully you'll pause this and go work on these, because I really want you to make sure that you understand it, because a lot of times when you're listening to the lecture, like, oh yeah, duh, this all makes sense, I get it, no big deal. But then you'll get home, not home because you're home already, but you'll get to your homework and try to do something and realize that, okay, maybe it's not as clear as you thought. So if you challenge yourself to figure it out, you get stuck and then you watch the lecture, it really can help you get the information across a little bit better. Let's assume that you're sold and you've done that. So now I'm going to start tucking these exponents back up into what they're ready to do. So I've got log of x to the 1/2 plus log of x minus 1 to the 4th. So that's really log squared of x plus log x minus 1 to the 4th. I don't know if that's what I said last time, if that's what I meant. So now this is something plus something else, so that means I can apply the product rule and get that. So that's an example of condensing your function. Alright, so let's try this one. Let's tuck everything back up Your first step on almost all of these is going to be to tuck exponents back into their spots. Log base b of x to the 4th minus log base b of 6 squared minus log base b of y to the 1/2. Now, so we've got, let me simplify a little bit. Log base b, and I know that 6 squared is 36, and I can write this as the square root of y. Now there's two ways to do this. You can either take two steps and say, okay, I've got a product rule and then I've got two quotient rules basically. I've got two minus signs, so I've got two quotient rules. You can remember what we said above, which was when you're combining these, we did, where did it go? Right here, we said that anything that had a plus sign, or that was, where did it go? Anything that was on top, like this and this, ended up with plus signs when we expanded it. And anything on the bottom ended up with a minus sign. So it works backwards. If you're condensing, anything with a minus sign is going to end up on the bottom, and anything with a plus sign is going to end up on the top. So we still got pluses to the top and minuses to the bottom. We're just going the different direction. So I can actually rewrite this as log base 4 of, now this one's a plus sign, so that means it's going to go on top. Oops, what am I doing? I'm listening to my toddler, maybe that's what I'm doing. This one's a minus, so it's going to go on the bottom. And this one's a minus, so it's also going to go on the bottom. Now, if you'd like an aside on how to do that without, using a cheat or a trick, then what you can do is you can say, well, I'm going to go ahead and write it out. I had log base b of x to the 4th. I know you can't see this. I'll move it in just a sec. Just writing it while I can see it. All right. Okay, so you have that. So another way to do it is to say, okay, well, I'm going to focus on this minus sign first. I'm going to focus on this minus sign first. I'm going to go, okay, so I've got a quotient rule like that. And now I've got another quotient rule right here. I've got another one. So that means that that one also now is going to go on the bottom. So there's more than one way to solve this. It's just whatever way is most comfortable for you. Okay, now this one here, I've got log of x plus log of x. I'm just going to move this up a little bit. Okay, log of x plus log of x. A couple of ways to do it. There's actually two ways to solve this at least. You might start with a product rule and say, well, that must mean it's log of x times x, or log of x squared. Or you might say, if I have one log of x plus another log of x, that means I've got two log of x's, and then I can move my power up back to the top and get log of x squared. So there's actually two different ways to solve that problem. Either way is completely legitimate. Two more. So this one, again, nothing really that unique going on here. Log base x plus not log base x, log of x plus log of y to the 5th. Again, applying my power rule. Product rule, I'll get there. Product rule. And I'm sorry, I really went through that one fast. It just seemed kind of straightforward after the more complicated ones we just did. This one might get a little stuck on initially, but remember that this is your change of base one. So log of y over log of 5 is the same thing as log base 5 of y. Log base 5 of y. And I can go ahead and tuck this guy up in here. So I get log base 5 of y cubed. So now I can use my product rule. Log base 5 of y times y cubed, which is the same thing as log base 5 of y to the 4th. Now in your homework, again, you're going to see any number of variations on these themes. They're going to be all over the place. Please don't hesitate to email me or call me if you get stuck, because because I definitely want you to be successful at this. Don't let this be the homework that you blow off, because the rest of the chapter is going to be very, very painful if you do. So good luck and enjoy!